For one of the first time in 3 months, we are going on a small overnight trip away from home. Today, Judy organized a small trip for my birthday, which is today. Yay! She forgot to congratulate me. But yeah, we are going to a place that we both haven't been to yet. Up in Tochigi Prefecture, which is also where Nikko is, and Utsunomiya. But yeah, it's gonna be a 4-hour train ride to get there, and for you it's gonna be a 30-second montage or something. But yeah, first stop is gonna be the train station, and then it's off to Tochigi Prefecture. Yay! And we've made it off the train 4 hours later, and we are now in Tochigi Prefecture. This is near Nikko, which is a World Heritage Site, very famous place. This place, on the other hand, is not that famous. This is, well, the whole area is called Kinokawa Onsen, Kinugawa Onsen, and it used to be like a very popular onsen town in the 1980s. When the building boom and bubble boom and everything happened. Nowadays, when we passed through the onsen town, there were a lot of buildings that were already decaying and just completely abandoned and everything. But there's still a few onsen, a few hotels around, and we are going to stay in one of them. We have a nice room, I think. Judy paid extra because she's rich to get us to a good room. So we're gonna be there. But first up, we actually went a few stations further, because there's a really beautiful river that's running through this general area. I think it's called Kinugawa. And we want to kind of check out the small hiking path that's next to the river. And then get back to the actual onsen town. And I'll show you our room, the Japanese style onsen room. And also maybe some of the hot springs. And some other spots. We are staying here for one night. Hope you will enjoy the small Kinokawa Onsen experience. Anything you want to add?
No.
No. Let's go. So we have now finished our hike. It was really beautiful, highly recommended. I forgot what the name of it is, but I'm gonna put it down below, and it also will be in, as always, in the custom Google Drives. It will be in the description. But yeah, it's a really beautiful hike through like a gorge. You kind of walk right along the gorge. There's like a path made out of wood, so it's a pretty easy hike as well. It only involves some kind of like hiking down and hiking up, but overall really beautiful, really easy hike. There's also these beautiful kind of bridges in the middle, so you can walk across the bridge and have kind of a beautiful view out on the river. We didn't do the whole thing. We didn't do the whole thing. We only walked like halfway through. It would have continued for another maybe kilometer or so. But yeah, right now we are back at the spot where we started, and we are kind of in a pickle because we don't really know how to get back to, well, the place where we are staying, Kinugawa Onsen, because this is, as I said, right very far out in the inaka, in the sticks, which means that there's like a train running every 1.5 hours. There might be a bus coming, so we might be able to get on the bus to get back, and if not, we either have the option of waiting 1.5 hours.
はい。
電車。はい。
ありがとうございます。
1時55。
でもどっちだっけ？鬼怒川温泉の方に戻りたいんです。はい。
And so the old lady just told us that the next bus is gonna come in 30 minutes. The next train is gonna come in 30 minutes. So yeah, I guess we have to wait for that one. That we wanted to go to, which is Kinokawa Onsen, which is this kind of, as you can see behind me, rustic onsen town. So as I said, this kind of town saw its peak in the 1980s, where they had like a kind of an economic boom in Japan. We have had a lot of kind of cities like this kind of build up, and it was turned into like a popular resort town and everything. But then as the economic crash inevitably came, a lot of these kind of buildings were just abandoned, and a lot of them are just now empty, and they're just kind of falling apart. But yeah, it's still apparently a popular tourist spot. Unfortunately right now, due to the corona crisis, there's not a lot of people here. Well, it's fortunate for us because, as you can see, there's barely any people around, but it's unfortunate for the people obviously who work and live here, because they're obviously missing the tourist money. But yeah, this is one of the main spots. This is called the Fudai Bridge, or Fudai Bridge. And the main draw is what you can see behind me. I'll show you an insert shot. It's basically this kind of bridge where you have these paintings, or this painting of a kind of a demon on it. I'm not exactly sure why they have this, but yeah, it's kind of a tourist spot. And then you have some other spots around here. You have obviously the views out on the valley with the river. There's a cable car that goes to the top. There's a ferry service that doesn't run, or like a canoe. But yeah, I think we're just gonna look around a little bit more, and then we can already check in to our hotel, which is gonna be pretty cool, I think. We have some food. We have food there. We have onsen there, and we also have entertainment apparently, like karaoke and some table tennis, stuff like that. So yeah, it's probably gonna rain soon, so we're probably just gonna look around while it's not raining, and then once it rains, go back to our hotel and yeah, relax a little bit. So here we have the bath, which is pretty spacious. Has the typical kind of Japanese free room. Then you have here, you have kind of the main bath. Alright, I figure out how to open it. Here we go. So you got a pretty spacious shower. Even like a seat here. You got obviously the shower stuff. And we have a Japanese style toilet, I assume. Yeah, modern Japanese toilet that sprays stuff up your butt, which is really nice because we don't have that at home. And then onto the main room. Well, we have some drawers here as well. But then the main room, it's really big. It's really spacious. We have our futons already pre-made. Then we have small fridge and everything. Got a TV, got some more drawers. And we have kind of this extra seating area, also this table seating area. But then the main part is obviously the views. And you can actually go outside as well. Outside, this beautiful view. Over there you can see that's the bridge that we were before, the Demon Bridge. And that's the other bridge that we were before, where we climbed up to the viewpoint. It's apparently starting to rain, so I think we just arrived in time. And yeah, this is really beautiful. This is a really beautiful place. I think, as I've mentioned, a lot of these places are kind of built where you have the view out on the river, which is really nice. At 6 p.m. we're gonna have dinner. I wanted to say lunch and dinner at the same time, and Lina came out. We're gonna have dinner downstairs because this is already the 6th floor, so I'm gonna be down at on the 4th floor, have some dinner there, and then we're gonna hop into the hot springs, and we also have some table tennis reserved for the evening. Apparently they also have karaoke here normally, but right now, due to the corona crisis, they have a lot of obviously safety measures, so karaoke is not being done, and also they have some other rules, like you have to constantly wear your mask, obviously, when you're in the hotel, and yeah, keep your social distance and everything. So yeah, usual stuff. But yeah, let's chill a bit, and then I'll show you the food footage, which apparently is the main reason why we came to the hotel, according to Judy. So it should be good. Should be good. So we're done with our dinner now. It was delicious. It was like a kind of a buffet style, but you had a lot of different things. You had a lot of, well, it was almost all Japanese food. But you also had like fresh sashimi. You had sushi there, and it was for 70 minutes all you can eat. Basically, you just took it to a table. And it was also all you can drink. So you could drink all you can drink sake. They had a lot of different sake selections, including one that is local to this area, Nikko. They also had beer and I don't know, maybe wine or something. There was just a lot of things that we didn't really get to sample everything. And yeah, it's included in the price. And there will also be in tomorrow, there will be a kind of a similar style breakfast. Well, it will be a breakfast in a buffet style, but it will be, well, breakfast stuff. And right now we are just getting ready to go to the onsen, to the Japanese hot spring. I obviously cannot take you in there with me because yeah, there's a lot of naked people in there. I don't think that it's necessarily worth showing you inside the onsen, because the main draw of this hotel is certainly the view up here. You can see it's beautiful blue hour here. So we got this kind of fog that's coming into the valley right now. And then you have just a few lights of the hotels and everything around. It looks really beautiful. So we're now at the billiard center, and we switched to billiard because we were so full. So we wanted a sport where we don't have to move a lot. So I said that Julie is really good at table tennis, but she's also really good at billiard. So She's gonna show you her skills. That's the wrong side.
What do you mean?
You start here with the white one.
Okay. Alright.
So yeah, really good, as you can see. Let's go. So we got off the first train now, and unfortunately the next train that we're going to take is a 15-minute walk away from the next train station, and it started raining a little bit. But yeah, we left Kinugawa Onsen and are now on the way to the next stop, which is gonna be a spot that's very famous for one specific type of dish. And yeah, we're gonna have lunch there and then just continue back to Tokyo. But first, let's walk through the rain to the train station.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from all the rest. You know her anywhere. Where she's mine, yeah, she's mine. Well, I love that little girl with the bright red hair. Well, Miss Lindy, my Miss Lindy.
So we made it to Utsunomiya now, which is known as the Gyoza capital of Japan. Part of the reason is, so Utsunomiya is the biggest city in Tochigi Prefecture, which is the prefecture that we've been in for the last couple of days. And despite it being the biggest city with around 500,000 people, it does not really have anything in terms of attractions, and it's certainly like outclassed by nearby Nikko. So instead, what the kind of local tourism association decided to do more or less is to turn the city into more of a food kind of capital, food paradise. So that's why the city is really known as the best place in Japan to eat gyoza. So it has a lot of different gyoza spots, very famous gyoza restaurants, one of which we are going to check out, or maybe a couple that we are going to check out. Julie is wandering off somewhere. It's usually very popular during the weekend. Like some of the more popular restaurants have like lines of people lining up. But yeah, we're going to, as it's a weekday around lunchtime, check out a couple of spots, see if we can find a good place, you know, to eat some gyoza. Getting hungry again, so.
Where she's mine, yeah, she's mine. Well, I love that little girl, she's so fine. Well, Miss Lindy's hair is fiery red, her eyes are water blue. And when Miss Lindy smiles at me, oh, what it makes me do. Well, she's mine, yeah, she's mine. Well, I love that little girl with the bright red hair. Well, Miss Lindy.
So we finished our lunch at the gyoza restaurant. It's called Gyoza-kan. And what we went for is a lunch special, which had 12 different kinds of gyoza, which is, well, every kind of gyoza that they have at the restaurant. It included stuff like cheese filled, shiitake, shrimp, traditional pork, and veggies and stuff. But yeah, it was an interesting, like, kind of, because they don't tell you which is which on your plate, so you just get 12 kind of identically looking gyozas. And then they will kind of, well, then you kind of have to just guess which one is which. Yeah, we have right now around 30 minutes left. We're just going to walk around a little bit around The station, as I said, there is nothing particularly worth seeing in this town. It has a lot of foreigners though, so I guess it's a place worth living for foreigners, or maybe not. But yeah, I think it's gonna be it for the vlog. I'm just going to end here. It's just gonna be a 3-hour ride back home. So I hope you enjoyed this little vlog out of Tochigi Prefecture, out of Kinokawa Onsen, and the small part in Utsunomiya. And yeah, as always, like, subscribe. Wanna add anything? See you next time.